Morning. Today's public service announcement is going to be about new age parenting versus old school parenting. I see this often. I'm in a lot of mom groups on Facebook. I have a lot of mom friends, some new, some old, like me. I have a 16 and 19-year-old. I don't have that broken down in months, so shame on me, but it's a lot of months. But I've got mine raised. Got it licked, got it done, whatever. But this morning in particular, I was reading a friend's post. She's having some teething issues with her daughter, and she, even though she's a newer mom, she lives by the old school techniques, the ones that worked for her mom and worked for me and worked for her grandparents and have worked for centuries and just worked. And then you've got people that are like, oh, no. You cannot use Orajel. You cannot use teething tablets. It must be all organic and natural and amber necklaces. Now, amber necklaces are a good thing. I wish they would have had those when my kids were babies. I would have slapped 12 of them things on them kids when they were cutting teeth. But I've seen some comments that are talking about, oh, no. Kids do not run fevers when they're teething. Yeah, they do. Both of mine did. Completely healthy, not sick at all. Both of them have ran fevers, teething, and sometimes they had occasional diarrhea. So that's what happened. And when I took mine to the pediatrician when they were teething, or when I thought, oh, well, they're running a fever, they must have some type of infection. Nope, they're teething. Not a thing wrong with them. They're good to go. Gonna have some diarrhea, sure enough. Right as rain, they had the trots because they were cutting some teeth. But the new moms that are slamming the old school methods that have worked, your mom or grandma or whoever used them on you and you're completely healthy. Excuse me. But you have these new books that are out. I think some of them are probably the same exact book that we had, just completely different knowledge in it, because you got all these people hyping up, teething tablets are of the devil, Orajel is of the devil, their teeth aren't going to come through their gums, it's going to toughen their gums and make them like leather. Teething tablets are going to poison them and they're going to die. Both my kids should be dead and they shouldn't have a tooth in their head. I was like, rubbing stuff on them gums worked like a charm, and both of them have a full set of teeth. I've got dental bills and orthodontic bills to prove it. Thousands of dollars I've spent on dental. I don't understand. Whatever. And then you've got cloth versus plastic diapers. You get a lot of flack for that. I use disposable diapers. Cloth wasn't really a big thing back then, and I know we have a lot more natural moms, and I'm not slamming y'all. You do you. I did me, and I did what worked, and I went to my mom or my mother-in-law for advice. What do I do about this? Because, hey, y'all raised, between the two of y'all, 4 healthy children, and we're all completely normal and fine and a little crazy, but I don't think that had anything to do with somebody putting cereal in my bottle, or because you switched to disposable diapers, or because you didn't breastfeed, because breast is not always best. I wish that it worked out in everyone's favor for breastfeeding. I had one daughter that I breastfed for months, and I made enough milk to feed like 4 other kids. No joke. Wonderful. It was a wonderful experience. It was great. My son, no. I tried to breastfeed him. I did not produce enough milk. All he did was scream, slam that baby on some formula. He is good to go. Both of my kids also were eating soft mush table food from very early. I think my daughter was about 6 weeks old, and she was eating chicken and dumpling broth and mashed potatoes at her great aunt's house. And she's a fantastic eater now because she ate everything growing up. We didn't just strictly breastfeed until 12 months, and then, there wasn't a big, oh my God, whole milk or 1%. It was whole milk. I mean, that's what we did. I don't like milk, but I had, my kids love it and still do, and loved it and still do, whatever. And both of them are completely healthy. So for you to slam somebody that's already got their kids raised, like I've got one in college, completely healthy, completely fine. Never had any serious medical issues. Both of them are not severely allergic to everything under the sun because I introduced everything under the sun to them specifically because I personally thought that, hey, a little bit of exposure, get their immunity built up for certain situations. My son is allergic to some grass and, ragweed and all that jazz, but they're not like allergic to dairy or soy or anything else. Those kids were eating. They were getting vaccinated. I do not want to hear about that. If you don't want to vaccinate your kid, that's fine with me when they get polio. I don't want to hear it. That's your choice as a mother. It's your business. It's not mine. Both of mine had every one of their vaccines. They still get vaccines if they need them. And both of them were eating from the table very early. We did not do a whole lot of co-sleeping. My daughter breastfed, so she slept in a bassinet beside us for a while, and then she slept in our bed for just a little bitty bit, and then we just put her right on into her own bed. Didn't hear any fussing and pissing and moaning and crying and screaming. She just, I don't know, must have been blessed. Kid just went to bed, we just made a little routine out of it. My son came out, never wanted to sleep with anybody. He still don't want to sleep with anybody. He likes his own darn space, and that's what he got. And they're fantastic kids. And I think we did a fine job using the old school methods that you were raised on and that your parents were raised on and your grandparents. Slam some liquor on them babies' gums. If it's going to hush them up for a little bit, don't give them a shot, but just a little rub it in. Golly bum. Slamming other moms for stuff that has worked. Y'all are listening to some of these pediatricians that are telling us we need to get permission to change our kid's diaper. People, do what works for you and don't slam anybody else's parenting techniques if it's not physically harming a child. And you don't know. You won't know if it is or not because you're a brand new mama. You do your kid and we'll do our kids and we'll see how your kids are when they're 16 and 19 and, see what their allergies are. Are they gluten intolerant? They still sleep with you at 19. Gosh. Good luck. We're just winging it, guys. We're just figuring it out as we go. No need in slamming other moms or dads or memas for how they're doing it. You go to any store in this town and you take a poll. Give me some teething advice when my kid's teething. Everybody, I would say, over the age of 30, be like Orajel, teething tablets, little fireball on the gums. Worked for us.